It's really tough when you have to act like the thing you have to say is so urgent, even when it's something that probably has been said forever all throughout all time. Right? Because everything's already happened, and whatever will happen again. Good to be back. Neverending Becoming podcast. James Smith Grattan. You really have to understand that people just say you at the beginning of their videos to get your attention. You must understand at this point how these games are played. You've obviously done your research. You spend a lot of time online, and obviously this isn't abnormal. You're a smart guy or a gal. You don't want to be screwed over. You know a fair deal. You know a thing or two. You know what you need to know, and you know where you're going. You might find yourself in a tough spot every now and again, but you can pull yourself out. You know how the game is played. You know the big dogs. You know what kind of fish you are and what kind of pool you're at. You got it going on. You see things. You get it. You love it. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and frankly, you respect you. You, and you, and you, and you. And the thing about you is, you. And you know what? Sometimes, every now and again, it'll come down the pike, this news that you, really you, for you, to you. The process of recording videos involves setting up many tripods, lights, microphones, some bounce boards, some cue cards, some extra microphones, some extra lights. And then of course you go and produce the content you actually wanted in the first place. But sometimes merely the occurrence of setting up this gear is enough to satisfy you. It's possible that all you needed was to move your body a little bit. You have to close your eyes, you have to speak this way, you have to know this, you have to know that. On behalf of nobody in the podcasting community, I just want to reach out and offer my respect and support to Drew Barrymore and of course Bill Maher. We're in this together, three of us, James, Drew, and Bill. It's important that we stick together, us independent-minded creators, us Rage Against the Machine, pseudo-central neoliberals, us talk show hosts. There was a long time when I put myself in a different class of folk than Miss Barrymore. Many occasions I would see Mr. Maher on television, never think that I could be in his domain. However, we find ourselves in a similar situation. Us creatives that, let's be honest, have a ticking clock. We need to get some episodes out. Mr. Maher, Ms. Barrymore, and myself, we cannot be stopped by these writer squabbles, these union squabbles, these acting squabbles, these major media network squabbles. If you spend any time thinking about it, you know all podcasts and YouTube media is in direct competition with a lot of these late night shows. Legacy media is now in this final negotiation stage where we're gonna divvy up the little parts that are left to people that decide to stay in the old, dying, decaying network system. You've had a small range of options to feed your mental diet every night. Time when you only had 3 channels, 2 perspectives and an outlier. Now you can get yourself into all sorts of things. Open different accounts under different names and train different algorithms to make you different people. You can always go in private browsing mode and be no one at all. You can play the game or you can let the game play you. So what if us talk show hosts have an interest in maybe finding some writers on Fiverr and paying them low non-union wages? Isn't that our right? Do I think it's a bummer that a lot of the stuff we consume now is like pretty amateurish and poorly executed versus some of the major network shows we grew up on? Kinda. But you know, what do you want? It's the future. The time is now. If things get expensive and if those reruns are there, they'll be used. A lot of people don't want to watch movies that are over 5-10 years old. Don't you get where this is going? We're doing it all again. Union or non-union. Doesn't matter. It's gonna happen. So, decide what matters. Do you want to be creating stuff? Or play the inch game? Lately it's been feeling like I broke this podcast or something. Every time is some different thing, topic, guest, no guest. There's no format I'm following, and that felt very intentional for a long time, that I was trying to just go where the show needed to go, use it as like a training ground for video experiments and just repetitions I was looking to get, shooting, getting better at filming things, different situations, starting mostly with like a naturalistic style getting normal lighting, trying to get conditions kind of as they are, capturing what's actually going on, and then realizing not always the best way to go. If you're actually trying to get someone to feel a certain way or to think a certain way about something, it doesn't always matter that it looks exactly like it would in real life. Things can feel bigger than they really are in life. So it's important for things to look probably different than they are in life too, to get you to feel those same things that you might be interested in conveying to someone. I plan to have more guests on the show moving forward. That was the original format. Makes sense at this point to go back there. Just fun to have people who have interests to the table that they bring, to, of course, have a conversation. I mean, most of what I love about podcasting is a conversational tone. It is, yeah, the feeling that you're getting socialization, obviously. It's like you're a dog, you're being socialized. That you're making sure you're staying in news currents. You know, there's different ways to take in information, and you know, some sources are just more palatable than others. You might learn some Croatian geography watching a show like Game of Thrones, but is that the best place to get that information? Hard to say. It's not. Thank you for watching as I've continued to switch formats, switch styles, switch aspect ratios, and pretty much change everything. You know how it is when you get into something. Sometimes you think you know what it's like, and you find out the thing changes. And then maybe you change, and then maybe the thing changes again, and of course you change to account for that, and you find yourself in a good situation, but then the thing changes again, and well, you know how it goes. Peace.